Hi everybody, and how are you? I'm here in the nursery. I've been sorting it out. Oh, don't feel like I've got very far today. No. Do you want to have a look? Hey, do you sure? I'm not so sure about that. But in the effort of truth, you know, on my channel, I will turn around. So here's the door. And before we start, if you haven't seen any of my nursery videos before, then check out the nursery playlist. There's a nursery playlist, and it will show you the evolution of my nursery. Oh, you had a sneak peek then back years ago when it was in this room and up these scary stairs. So it used to be all the way up there. Okay, I'm not going to show you the worst bit. I'm going to show you the not so bad bit. So here we go. This is to the right as you come in the door. There's the door. This is to the right. These are my shelving. I'm trying to find somewhere for the books. The nursery pets are down there. There's the wardrobe. There's two cute looking kids there. There's Jen. And a toy box and Annie's bed. So I moved Annie's bed. We're still waiting for Annie to come home. So I've also bought the high-low chair up here. I've brought it up here. I've moved Annie's bed. Annie's bed used to be where that chair is. So sorry about the shaking. I'm trying to hold it still. So Annie's bed used to be there, and I moved it here. It makes a bit more room on the floor. I moved the table and chairs there, and can you notice the big IKEA unit has gone, and the changing table has gone, and it has gone. It's not over here either. So it has gone. Because I am meant to be downsizing, ready for the move next year, so I said once a month I would sort something out, so I didn't have so much to do when the big move comes. And the IKEA unit was fab, but actually it took up more room than I needed, because it was quite boxy for the for the containers that were in it. So what I've done is I've got a box for the Happy Land, so that's a Happy Land box. Frankie's got a box for a Barbie, so that the Happy Land box opens out into like an adventure area, big mat, and the Barbie box is a house, opens up into a house. It's empty. I mean, it's not empty because it's Frankie's stuff, but when you buy it, it's empty. They're both empty when you buy them, but they're not because that was our stash. This toy box, can't remember if it was over here, because at one time it was under there. So I've got a box there with all Timothy's Postman Pat in. I need something to put the books in. That's all I need. So I did think I was going to get like a sling bookcase, maybe, and put the books in. Maybe it'll fit over there, I don't know. These two Peter Rabbit boxes used to be under there, behind Jen. They used to be under there, but I've pushed the trucks under there for now, but I might actually take the trucks outside and put them in the shed. And so they've got bottles in and Peter Rabbit toys, and then I bought this basket. I can't remember where I got this basket. Dunelm, which is like a home store here in England. And this is all for like these sort of toys. These were in the case, in the IKEA box as well. There's Harry. He's there playing in the high chair. Frankie, for some reason, is wrapped in a blanket. We don't ask those sort of things. She's playing with her Build-A-Bears. Still waiting for Annie to come home. As I'm filming this, she is actually getting on the plane to come home from America, where I've been having another Annabelle made. And what is new over here? Ah, yes. So that shouldn't be in there. So each of my kids, my Reborn kids, have boxes. Some of them might have two, like Heidi, especially when they're new. I end up buying lots of stuff and they end up with 2 boxes. Frankie doesn't have a box here. Frankie has a big bag and hanging rail at the back there. So the other thing that was in the IKEA boxes were these lovey things. Oh, that shouldn't be in there. That one should be over there. That's a play. So these are all loveys. They should all be loveys in here. That's not a lovey, is it? It's a toy. That's a toy. Okay, so I can't remember who I assigned the job of the loveys to, but it didn't work. Sorting the loveys and these out because it quite didn't work. This is where Harry and Heidi sleep. They both sleep in here. This is my Peter Rabbit themed area. And I think when I have my new nursery, the theme that in there is gonna be Peter Rabbit, but each children can have their own. Each of these guys can have their own theme. And he's got a Peter Rabbit duvet cover, which I think will be going to Frankie or the little ones under here. This is where Timothy and Lizzie sleep. Of course they don't sleep, this is role play, but this is how I like to have my nursery. And yes, I'm a 50-year-old woman. Okay, this is probably the worst bit. This is the bit that I don't like the most in here, because I know all the toys can be just put into boxes and that. Does anybody set themselves a task and think, yep, I'm going to do that? My task was I had a smallish pile of clothes here, and I was going to go through sorting out Heidi's clothes in her, these are laundry bags that each of them, the kids I've had for years, ever since I've had them. And what went in these laundry bags was things that I couldn't hang up. So my main focus is trying to clear everybody's laundry bag, and then being able to put boxes like these under there. And so then we won't have so much stuff. But yeah, it's not working out that well, you see. The only persons I've sorted out were Harry's. Oh, I sorted out Harry's and Timothy's, I think. So Harry's is down to this box. I did that maybe a month or so ago, or even before Christmas. I can't remember. Timothy's only got 1 box. So that's Harry's rail, Timothy's rail. Harry's bag, which has not got much in it now, so I should really be able to put it up there. This has got full of bibs, which I don't need because I don't use that many bibs. This is the stuff that I had. That's Leo's. And that is Leo's. Eli King's I think I've already put in a bag and packed away because I don't want to get rid of it because it's tiny baby. This is Annabelle's stuff. So this is Annabelle's, Heidi's and Heidi's, and Heidi's really needs to get down to 1 of those. Heidi doesn't have a bag down here, and he does. So behind here, which you can't see very well because there's no light, this bit along here is Heidi's, this bit along here is Frankie's, and all of this up here is Annabelle's and Lizzie's, and it was Erin's when I had Erin. Though Annabelle does have a lot of stuff, I have to say, but a lot of her stuff, I've had Annabelle for 5 years. So a lot of her stuff I've had for years and years. So there we go with that. So going back to this, yes. So, I mean, to some people it might not look a lot. These are children's little table and 2 chairs from IKEA, and there's not a lot on the table. The 2 chairs are full up in this bag. Well, this is what I set out to do, was to sort Frankie's clothes out and to really go through it, because there's a lot of stuff. I don't change Frankie all the time, and to be honest with you, I don't change the guys as much as I used to do, because I want them to last longer. They have rooted hair. Rooted hair can pull out if you're constantly pulling stuff off of the head. Rooted hair can discolour because of like the sun. So their paint doesn't, like, you can't pull the paint off by pulling the clothes off. But you could discolour the fingers if you put the wrong colour toys in, wrong colour clothes on. Anyway, there are clothes, because I've had Frankie for a long time as well now, so there are clothes that she's had for years. So I'll try and rest you here and show you. Like, for instance, this. Frankie has worn this probably about 3 times in the whole 4 years I've had her. Over 4 years now. I think that I've had her, yeah, because I've had Harry 3. I think it must be over 4 years that I've had her. She's worn this a few times. And I'm not really sure why, because it's really cute. I bought it new from Next, so I don't really know. These as well, these are hard on her legs because Frankie has like her vinyl only goes up to her knee, so that the knees can bend, and you don't have you have a join, but it's not like a Masterpiece doll. So she's not worn these very much at all, because when you pull them on her, she can't bend her knee very well with them on. So they are denim. You can't really, I don't think you can see very well in the photo because of the light. They're denim dungarees. And then this is just all the clothes from the kids from the last probably couple of weeks. And this has just all got t-shirts and stuff in there of Frankie's that she does wear. But like I say, I don't really change her as much. So I know that I can take them to my local shop and they sell them for 50/50. I don't know if you've seen that video. I'll try and remember to leave a link to it, where they'll sell stuff for you. Say I took this in, she knows that my stuff is, and I tell her if I bought it pre-loved, I'll tell her. But if it's only been on one of my dolls, I tell the lady in the shop, and say she sold this for £4 or £5, I don't know. I would get half of that and she would get half of that. And even if I took it to a car boot sale, I wouldn't be able to get that much for it myself. If I put it onto eBay, I wouldn't get that much myself. And it's just so much easier. I just take a bundle down to her, down to the ladies at this shop, and my stuff always sells really, really quickly. So that's what I've been doing, just moving Annie's bed. Annie's got, Annie does have some new stuff actually for when she comes home. I don't know, simply because she's had a lot of... Okay, let me show you now. So, this is the next day. And I've managed to clear all the stuff from off of there. This is a bag that's going down to the 50/50 shop. That's a bag that's going to charity. So I got a huge bundle of Frankie's stuff, and I know that that will sell really, really well. It's age 3, 4 and 5. So I thought I'd show you the bags. When I do anything with red, it really shows the reflection on it. And you'll see that in one of my videos where I'm feeding Heidi and I'm saying hello to you, and it's our blind is like a really deep purple, and it reflects on me and Heidi and we look red. Anyway, this bag is Annabelle's. So Annabelle has that box, which I haven't sorted any of Annabelle's stuff out. This is that. So let me just get the perspective over here though first. Oh, before I tell you. You know, your nurseries can be a health hazard when you're clearing out, decluttering and stuff. So, you know, make sure that you follow all health and safety procedures, like not leaving things on the floors that are going to hurt your feet. Anyway, so let's get to these. I haven't touched the bins at all, but what I have done is I've moved Frankie's stuff up here with Annabelle's. This is still Timothy's, this is Harry's, Heidi's behind, and I've put Lizzie's behind there. because Lizzie is the one that I change the least, and that's Lizzie's. And Lizzie also has a lot of vintage wear, because I absolutely love the vintage clothing. So I was going to show you the bags that are under here. So this bag this side is Harry's. This bag, like I said, oh no, this bag has newborn vintage clothing that don't fit Heidi. So they're all vintage dresses and a few cardigans for newborn, because we never know. And I think we've got another bag yet. This is Tiny Baby in here, because I sold Eli King. So this is Tiny Baby. Tiny Baby's too small for me, but who's to say I won't see a sculpt that I really love? Who's to say? Hey, or who's to say we won't have another addition into our foster nursery? So this is what I was doing, Frankie's bag. So I've got her bag right down to just that, and these items of clothing that she has left. So she has got plenty. This is all of their winter coats and their snowsuits. I told you that earlier in the video, like last night. And this is Annabelle's bag. So that's Annabelle, excuse my feet, not anybody who's got a feet problem. This is Annabelle's bag, that's Annabelle's box, and that's Annabelle's clothing. And I have sorted out some of that, because like I say, I have bought her some new clothes for when she comes home. I will do a little show you a little welcome home haul that I've got for her. Just got some more things to just hang up, but I just wanted to show you, oh, my doy stepping, the progress so far. And there we go. So these are the hangers that I'm keeping, because they're really useful, especially these with you can put some bottoms and a matching top on the top. These are really good for hanging up trousers, so and shorts, like so Timothy's are all hung up. And then over here, this is the same, like if you've got a shirt with some of those shorts, or those little pant things, nappy covers now that girls have. I'm sure Heidi will be Heidi won't be doing anything. Heidi's downstairs. I am sure Lizzie will be getting out the Hoover when I've finished, because she won't like the mess that's here. So what I do when I take this down to the 50/50 shop is I just put it in a bag. I've got this clear bag, so I will just put it in this bag, and the lady will put my sheet in with it at the time, and then they'll add price to it and write it down on a sheet. Each item gets its own number, and it's added to a sheet. For me. So Timothy's like, Mum, I'm stuck. Ah! Okay, all done. Da 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 da. There we go. Everything is packed away. Everything is packed away, apart from those two outfits, because I'm selling them. Da, 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 da. I haven't made Timothy and Lizzie's bed, but I've done all of this. Woohoo! And I've got my muslin that's there, because they usually, all my muslins fit in here, but it needs a new bit of card in the bottom. It's one of those vintage, it's a vintage nappy bag in Peter Rabbit. So it needs a new bit of card in. The other bit was, well, it's quite weighted down, so it had gone out of shape. So anyway, yeah. What do you think then? Anybody else been joining me, tidying up their nurseries or their areas that they've got their reborns, their dolls? I'm so happy. I just want to get like a fluffy rug or something now, so they can just play on the floor. But yeah, I am happy. I haven't managed to whittle down these bags yet, but I'll get there. But then if we have any new additions to the nursery, I'll be able to try and find room again. Oh well. We don't have any plans, but you know, you never know what happens in our foster nursery. So Annabelle is now today on the plane coming home. She is Frankie, yeah. She's on the plane coming home. Woohoo!